Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Today we will be doing the Lughnasadh ritual written by Dawn Kate for the season that we are currently in and the Sabbath that we are celebrating as well. So what I'd normally do is pick you up and show you the layout, so I guess I should probably do that before I get into the ritual here. Now I have also taken a photograph of it so that you can see it in a better way. But this is my basic layout. Now, in the ritual sheet, when I go through it, I'll explain why. But this, and these two things are not on the placement for the ritual. I will find a better way of doing that, guys. I am sorry. But I thought for the time being that I'd just show you and then I'll explain when we get to it. So, the purpose of the ritual is that this is the first of the harvest festivals, and as such this ritual is to thank Mother Earth for all of her wonderful gifts. So I'll do it the same way I did last time. Items needed, astrological timing and all that stuff. So items first. Elemental candles, so yellow for air, red for fire, blue for water, green for earth. I have white for air, red for fire. I have green for earth and blue for water. I've just changed it around a little bit. A gold candle for the god and a white candle for the goddess. Now I have chosen my god candle to be this big chunky brown one because we're celebrating the earth, and I feel like the god has a darker, moody kind of energy, so that's why I've gone with that one. And then I have the same candle but in a lighter orange kind of colour because I believe that the goddess is more of the brighter kind of energy, so I thought those were appropriate. Next is dish of holy water, so water and salt. I don't have it in a dish, I've just made it up and popped it in a little jar so it's nice and easy to use. Now it has said a sage bundle and shell. I do not have a shell. Again, I live in Nottinghamshire, I don't live near a beach. And I wouldn't be able to find one big enough anyway. And I'm not comfortable using sage bundles either, so my little stick of incense here is a vanilla incense stick, basically, just because it's nice and it's part of the earth, essentially, for me personally. Lighter or matches, got that. Half a cup of old coffee grounds and or tea leaves and a bowl. So I have old coffee grounds and I put them in a little jar rather than a bowl because I'm running out of bowls. I have lots of jars, made sense for me. It does state that you can just save them up from coffee or tea that you make. So if you make a jug of coffee in the morning, just save the grounds from the end of it, dry them out, and then you can use them in the spell portion of the ritual as well. A few washed and dried eggshells, lightly crushed, and a bowl. Again, not a bowl, it's in a jar. But I have those, they're just here. These are ones that I've had for quite a while now. I don't know why I started saving them in the first place, but it's come in handy, so there we go. 3 teaspoons of Epsom salt in a small bowl. Some people may know what this is. This is a dish from goo puddings, so like goo cheesecakes, GU, by the way, not GOO. I don't know why I saved them, I just think they're really adorable. So I've put 3 teaspoons of pink Himalayan salt in this one because I don't have white Himalayan salt. A bowl big enough to hold all of the ingredients, check. And a spoon or scoop to spread the mix. Now, I do have a spoon. It is a rather little one, but it's the one that I use for like spell work and stuff, so it felt like it made sense for me. And that's all of the items needed. Now, with the altar and circle setup, there is an image included, but the things not included in the image are where to put your ingredients like this. So I've just put them near the bowl so that I know I can tip them in quite quickly. And it also doesn't tell you where to put your lighter or matches, so I've just put it here underneath the bowl, sort of in the middle of all of the candles. You can put it pretty much wherever you want, as long as you know you're not going to burn yourself when you actually start lighting things and need to put it down. So just pop it wherever you feel is necessary. Now, preparation. This ritual needs to be done either outside or next to a window where you can feel the sun's warmth. Before the ritual is set to start, be sure to cleanse and consecrate all of your supplies and have your altar set up. Right before starting the ritual, light your chosen incense. Now, It doesn't state in the items needed that you need incense. However, because I'm using this instead of a sage bundle and a shell, again, I'm not comfortable doing that. This will suffice. I don't need a separate incense to burn, especially because it doesn't state that in the items needed either. And this is why you always read the ritual before you actually go and do it, because if you notice little things like that, you can either ask the question or work out what you want to do by yourself instead. Okay, so 1 second. Okay, so I guess we could just get right into it. I do note that with the casting the circle, it does state to sit. If I sit down, you won't see me. Oh, I guess you could. I'm not going to sit down anyway. I feel more comfortable standing up. All my stuff's up here. So, as you sit at your altar, close your eyes and feel the warmth of the sun or sun. That visualize the sun placing a dome of protection over your sacred space, and then there's some verbiage. Now, I didn't mention previously that even though it states it needs to be done outside or next to a window, I am next to a window. However, my curtains are closed because if they weren't, you would not be able to see me or what I'm doing. So I feel like as long as you can feel the warmth, it's probably fine. If you're doing this at, I don't know, 11 o'clock in the evening, there's no sun, just feel the warmth from it instead. Don't worry about waiting until the next day to do the ritual so that you can see the sun, because, you know, we've all got lives to do, and if you've got work or you've got children or anything like that, they're going to potentially stop you from doing it at the right time. So it's fine to do this if all you can see is the moon. You can use the heat from the moon because the moon is visible and warmed by the sun. So it's basically just a reflection, though, I mean, in my mind it makes sense, but you know. Okay, now obviously I'm not going to close my eyes because I won't be able to see what I'm reading. Visualize the sun placing a dome of protection over your sacred space. Okay, again, I can't image, so I'm going to raise my arms and say it instead. Father, Son, who guides us through the seasons, lend me protection on this day. Fill my sacred space with your bright light for this Lughnasadh. I summon this circle for this ritual. Power, peace, and protection will come in. May air, fire, water, and earth protect all within. That's quite nice. Next section is the usual. Sorry, my voice is a little bit gravelly today. I've been speaking quite a lot today, and I don't know when to shut up, so... anyway, next section is calling in the corners, so standing to the east, light the yellow candle. Now, obviously, east is mine is not yellow, it is white. So I'll be lighting my white candle, then my red candle, then my blue candle, and then my green candle. So I've got them set up 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know I'm starting here in the east, and I can just work my way around like that. Okay guys, so as I said, the next part is calling in the corners. I'm already standing to the east. I think that sounded like yeast. Anyway, so light your yellow candle. In my case, this will be my white one. I'm just going to pop my verbiage there and just hope that it doesn't fall. Just because I need to pick it up because the inside of my candle is like all the way down here. I can't do it unless I pick it up an angle. So, element of air, we call you for blessings on this day. Please stand with us. May your winds purify our space. Welcome to our sacred spaces. Time for the south. Standing to the south, light your red candle and say, element of fire, we call you for spiritual strength on this day. Please stand with us and allow your flames to cleanse our space. Welcome to our sacred space. Standing to the west, light your blue candle and say, element of water, we call you for your healing energies. Please stand with us and let your waters purify our space. Welcome to our sacred spaces. Standing to the north, light your green candle and say, element of earth, we call to you for protection on this day. please stand with us and guide us with your grounding energies. Welcome to our sacred spaces. Now it's time for the evocation. So stand before your God candle and focus on the God Lugh. Feel his energy, feel your sacred space. So take a moment, nice deep breath. Feel the presence, and then light the candle and say, Father Lugh, the Shining One, we call you and ask you to join and give us your blessing during this ritual for Lughnasadh. Please stand with us on this Sabbath. Welcome to our sacred spaces. Next is the Goddess candle, so stand before your white candle and focus on the Goddess Danu. Feel her energy, feel your sacred space, light your candle, and then verbiage. Mother Danu, Mother Earth, we call you and ask you to join us and give us your blessing during this ritual for Lughnasadh. Please stand with us on this Sabbath. Welcome to our sacred spaces. Okay, next is the blessing. So place the bowl to blend everything in the middle of your workspace. Pick up the small bowl of ground coffee grinds. So, because mine's in a little jar, I'll have to open it up. Probably should have done that before the ritual, to be fair. But it is absolutely fine. Okay, so place the bowl in the centre, pick up the bowl with the coffee beans, dip your fingertips of your other hand into your holy water and sprinkle the water onto the grounds. Okay, so now I need to open the water, pop it back, careful not to set my sheet on fire. I'm going to bring this in front of me so that the water doesn't get everywhere. A few drops and then say, water and earth, bless these grounds so they may nurture the earth. And then take the sage bundle and move the smoke around the bowl of the ground. Okay, obviously I don't have that, so now I need to light my incense instead because that is my alternative. The ritual hasn't specified to light it any earlier than this, so this is when I'm going to do it. Now obviously it's an incense stick, so I could pick it up and waft it round, but instead I'm going to guide it instead, just because it's a little bit wobbly. So air and fire, bless these grounds so they may nurture the earth. Then add the grounds to the main bowl. I'm going to put the lid on so that I don't lose it. Goodness me. Eventually I will do it. There we go. Now pick up the small bowl of dried and crushed eggshells. Again, I need to open it. Sorry about the noise there, guys. Dip the fingers of your other hand into the holy water and sprinkle the water onto them and say, water and earth, bless these eggshells so they may nurture the earth. Then take the sage bundle, move the smoke around the bowl of eggshells. Again, I'll just direct it. Air and fire, bless these eggshells so that they may nurture the earth. And then we add the eggshells to the bowl. I'm not adding all of them because this took me a really long time. So I'm adding what I feel like is enough. Pick up the small bowl holding the Epsom salt. Dip your finger into the tip of your... That's not right. Dip your fingertip of your other hand into your holy water. Sprinkle the water onto the salt. Move that out of the way. Onto the salt and say, water and earth, bless these salts so they may nurture the earth. And then sage bundle time again, but again, sage bundle. Waft. Wafting is very underrated, I will just say. I do a lot of wafting, just in general. Quite a funny word, waft, isn't it? Anyway, air and fire, bless this salt so they may nurture the earth. And then you add salt to the bowl. There we go. I'm going to put the lid on my water so that I don't spill it. Okay, now we need to gently mix the ingredients together. Obviously I'm using my little spell spoon, so I'm going to do that here. And some verbiage. We bless this mix to give to the earth. We give thanks for the abundance we have been given this year. We may harvest on this day, but we also give back to the earth on this day. I added the earth in there by accident. That happens sometimes, just roll with it. As we spread our gift, Mother Earth know we thank you for the abundance you have given us. May the cycle continue for years to come as we give this gift to bless the earth. Thank you, Mother Earth. So mote it be. Spoon down, guys. Now it's communion. Oh, right. So because it didn't specify where to put it, I put it off to the side. It's here. Again, I'm not eating, sorry. I will soon. Lift your chosen cakes and ale, lift them towards the centre of your altar and say, Lord Lug, Lady Danu, we thank you for joining us on this Sabbath. Blessed be. Now I'm going to leave that on the altar after I have finished the ritual so that they can partake. Just because it wasn't included in the layout, there's no space. Again, now is the energy requests. As it is, I shan't be doing that. See previous videos for reasons why. But if you want me to actually go through the whole energy request thing, like in full, like I'm doing a ritual, then let me know and I will happily do it for you. I'm very happy to do that. I just don't feel like it's necessary at the moment. But if it's something you want to see, I love you guys, I will do it for you. Next is thanks to the guides or deities. Stand before your white candle, so your goddess candle, and focus on the goddess Danu. Feel her energy throughout your sacred space. Snuff out the candle and say, Goddess Danu, Earth Mother, we wish to thank you for joining us in this blessing. Thank you for standing with us today. Thank you for joining our sacred spaces. Stand before your gold candle and focus on the god. Feel his energy through your sacred space. Snuff out the candle and say, Father Love, the Shining One, we wish to thank you for joining us in this blessing. Thank you for standing with us today. Thank you for joining our sacred spaces. Corner releasing time, so north, so green candle, or your earth candle, whichever colour you have chosen. Element of earth, we thank you for your energies, for grounding us on this Sabbath. Thank you for standing with us and guiding us with your strength. Thank you for joining our sacred spaces. Stand to the west, snuff out your blue candle and say, Element of water, we thank you for your healing energies that blessed us on this Sabbath. Thank you for standing with us and blessing us with your energies. Thank you for joining us in our sacred spaces. Next will be fire, so standing to the south, snuff out your red candle or whichever colour and say, Element of fire, we thank you for your spiritual strength this Sabbath. Thank you for blessing us with your sacred flame. Thank you for joining our sacred spaces. And finally, back to the air. Element of air, missed a little. Stand to the east, snuff out your yellow candle or whichever colour it is, and say, Element of air, we thank you for your purifying wings on this Sabbath. Thank you for standing with us and blessing us with your winds of change. Thank you for joining us in our sacred spaces. Okay, now it's back to circle opening, and I just very quickly want to check something. Yes, I didn't think so. So in the circle opening, it says, using your wand, stand to the north, feel the energy coming back to it, focus your wand to the sky, turn in widdershins, so anti-clockwise, and say some verbiage. There was no mention of a wand in this. in any of it, actually, until this moment. So the best thing to do is to not panic. Always remember that if you don't have a wand nearby, again, I don't know where mine is. My Athame is here. Ooh, on my little table that I've got set up here that is technically for my laptop. However, in the true spirit of, oh my gosh, this wasn't written previously in the ritual, what do I do? Hello, I'm a finger. What is wrong with me today? What I'm trying to say is use your finger. As I've stated previously, please don't go stealing other people's fingers. If they want you to borrow one, that's absolutely fine. However, no lopping fingers off just for the sake of a ritual. So we'll be using this old chappy instead. However, because we are undoing the circle, I would prefer to use my other hand, because when I'm casting, I use my right. When I'm uncasting, I use my left. So I'll be using this little chappy. So, north is this way. However, we didn't start in that direction, so this feels weird. So I'll be starting where I started, which makes more sense to me. Okay, focus to the sky, turn anti-clockwise or Widdershins and say elements of spirit, air, fire, water and earth. We thank you for removing any negativity from this space. Face back to the north, lift your hands to the sky, pop that down, hopefully it won't burn, and say, the circle is open, but it is not broken. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Okay, so a little bit clunky at the end there. For me personally, I'm just really particular when it comes to certain ways of doing things. I liked it though, I think it's very sweet. Okay, so the only other note that's on here is disposal information. So once you are done with the blessing, take the bowl with the mix and spread it onto your garden or potted plants and sprinkle it over the soil. As the rain or as you water your plants, it will carry all the nutrients down to the roots of the plant so that they keep growing healthy and strong. And that is basically what this little magical mixture is for. We give back to the earth by providing it with nutrients that it can use to help to grow some new life or to help to nourish the life that we are currently growing in forms of plants, basically. It's a very nice little ritual. I do like this ritual quite a lot. I think it's very perfect for the season, essentially. But yeah, I think that's everything that we need to go through with this. Obviously, if you do have any questions, as usual, feel free to email me directly at tmcsyalaS for sugar, ia@gmail.com. Or if you prefer to, you can send an email to the rest of us at the council, which is tmcscouncilmembers@gmail.com. That is available for you on our profile, so if you can't remember them or I'm saying them weird or something, you can always go to the school website and get the emails from there as well. Or you can comment on the video down below, or you can comment on the Facebook post, on the Twitter/X post, whatever it is that you feel necessary. And yeah, I think that's it for the day, guys. So unless I think of anything last second, I think we're good. Cool. So with that said, happy witching.